Okay, so now we have this beautiful area where the light is nice and diffused. We haven't got any hard shadows, but there's still plenty of light coming into the room. So for our younger sibling pictures, what we're going to do is have the children laying down on the floor. And what we'll need is something really nice soft blanket for them. So this is a really nice blanket I have. You don't have to have something as fluffy as this. It could be something that's plain on one side, but just something that's nice that you'd like in the background of your photos, because this is going to form the backdrop. We also need some nice pillows for their heads, nothing too thick. We don't want their chins tucking into their necks, just something to give a little bit of support so it's not quite so hard on the floor for them. So I'm going to pop these down. Now, you can see where I'm placing these, and this is the important part. So I'm going to come right down here. So what we're going to be doing today is that I'm going to be setting up the children here with their heads here and their feet facing that way. And what we're forming is about a 45-degree angle to the window. So we're getting some light coming across their faces, but not too underneath and not straight from above. So get some light coming right the way across here. So your children's heads are going to be on the pillows and the feet are that way. And then what we're going to be doing is when it comes time to take the photograph, you'll be standing with your legs either side of their legs, leaning over them and taking a photo from above. If it's too awkward, you can always do it this way or this way, whatever works for you. And all we're looking for is a nice head and shoulder shot here. So, I've placed a couple of pillows down. It's nothing complicated, this one. Now we're just going to lay our rug or our blanket over the top. Try and smooth out the creases as best we can, but don't worry too heavily. And then we're going to invite our oldest sibling. Now, if you've got more than one sibling in these photos, always position the oldest one first. And they're going right in the middle, so their head is going to rest here. Okay, so you can see I've had to get a little creative here to create a sibling for you for this demonstration. Please excuse my towels. But the idea being, this is our older sibling, and this is how we're going to position our baby in the arms of the older sibling. So as you can see, the older sibling's head is up on the pillows, nice and comfortable, and their arms are just below the pillows here, stretched out to either side. And we've taken our photo from above of the child looking up at the camera. Now we're going to bring in our baby. And this is where we make sure we have a spotter. So your spotter is going to be sitting on this side. We're going to put the baby on the side away from the window and put their head is going to come in nice and tight here with our little sibling. Ideally, we're looking for kind of lower cheek, top of head sort of positioning. And I shall show you now. I'll get my baby. So here she is, all swaddled up, as we did from before. And you can see she's all tucked in nice and tight. What we're going to do is carefully, supporting her head, we're going to place her here. So she's really up on your older child's arm and her head is up here on the pillow. And I can immediately tell that she needs some support under her bottom. So these little cloths that I've got here, or small towels, we're going to bring your sibling's arm there and hold her in place. And then I'm going to tuck some of these underneath the blanket to hold the baby in place. It also is there to support the sibling's arm, which will get tired quite quickly otherwise. So they're in place, and you've got a spotter here who's holding this little arm in place, and then we bring the other arm across the body and hold hands. So she can just hold hands there. And she can just turn her face slightly towards her little baby. And we've got a beautiful picture there. And you get straight in there while your spotter is here, holding everything, talking to the child, keeping everything happy. You get yourself in position to take the photograph from above. So here you are. You're going to be standing. You can stand with your feet either side of your child like this if you want to. Or you can stand to one side and lean over, but at all times keep that camera strap on the wrist or around the neck, and over we go. And you're going to take that photograph straight from above where you did before, keeping the focus on the eye of your child, get them to look at the camera, get them to close their eyes, get them to smile, maybe even get them to try and give the baby a little kiss on the head. So at some point this child is going to get grumpy, tired, fed up, and they're just going to want to move. It is going to be a bit of patience required for both of you and your spotter to make sure this works. But you have to be prepared to be quite quick at taking the photos and ready to take your baby away as soon as it's necessary. When you lift baby away, nice and gentle, just say, please don't move, keep your arms nice and still for a second till we've got the baby, and away you go, you're free. If you have more than 2 children, then perhaps what you want to do is bring in another sibling into these photos. And the best place to do that is to position the next oldest child over here, next to the oldest one in the middle. Just simply the same as we've done before, get them to lie, maybe just slightly on their side, bring their arm across here as well, so it's kind of a little bit like a cuddle, and get them to snuggle in nice and tight. The main thing is to keep all of the heads lined up on the pillows and not have anybody sliding off down the bottom. If you've got even more children than that, you can maybe bring an extra one in this side of the baby, or even more, you can put 2 over there and another one over here. It's entirely up to you. The idea being, though, always to keep the heads in line and to keep everybody looking like they're cuddled into each other. In terms of what to put your children in clothes-wise, for boys I tend to go for naked chests. I think they look really nice. And for girls, maybe a little bandana top. You could even wrap a little muslin square around just to give them that little bit of personal protection. Just keeping it very simple. But best of luck, go for it, and I can't wait to see the photos. And don't forget, send as many as you've got, even the ones with the silly faces, because it's always quite nice for me to see how you've progressed. I look forward to seeing them.